I think one of the key things we have to realise is that poverty was the majority condition for most of humanity until relatively recently, but things have been improving pretty significantly. People are earning more and people are living longer and having healthier lives. But I think if we're really trying to get down to what the most important cause is now, in a way it's the lack of solidarity between those of us who are doing well in the rich world and also people in developing countries who are doing well, and the poor themselves. And those of us in a way who are doing well are not prepared to think sufficiently about whether we could create a world that would allow our colleagues who are not doing so well to improve their situations. I think the key thing is that the focus needs to be at the national level. The international system and global actors can help encourage and can provide resources, but the key focus has to be at the national level. And what needs to be done at the national level? Well, I think there are probably two main things. One is that there does need to be economic growth, but not just any form of economic growth. It needs to be economic growth which is creating jobs and which is part of a process of skilling a labour force so that it can improve its productivity and its dynamic position. And then I think the second one is the provision of basic services. People certainly need basic education, basic health services, and some form of social protection so that they can engage with the economy and make sure that they can contribute to the economy and contribute to their own welfare and the society overall. International support for that is important, but it's not the key. It's actually getting national programs and national plans that work. I think sort of global actions that encourage governments and their citizens to tackle poverty are helpful. And I certainly think the MDGs, although they have not been perfect, have helped to raise the profile of the poor and raise the issue of poverty. They can be useful sometimes in terms of resources, and particularly in terms of helping to raise additional resources for the poorest countries, but I think they may be most useful in terms of putting pressures on national planning processes and the implementation of national planning processes to deliver services to the poor more adequately, and in terms potentially of changing social norms. There is a downside to these initiatives, and that worries me, and that is that sometimes they can focus upon the provision of foreign aid and the presentation of universal policy prescriptions, and at best foreign aid is only ever a small part of the financing that we need for poverty reduction, and there is a great danger in trying to transfer universal ideas from country to country. The policies that work are usually very well customized to a country, partly customized to it technically, but also customized to it politically, because if poverty reduction is to be achieved, then you need good policies in a technical sense, but you also need a domestic political situation that supports those policies and that will continue to support new and improved policies in the future.